Okay, so this is a little instruction for my students who are making this game called Memory Mountain. And I think what we're going to do right now, we have ourselves kind of starting at the top of this mountain. We can't move, and I can figure out when I can look at this cane, and that's going to help us move, and it will suggest that we're kind of elderly as we're going through this mountain. That's not a cane, it's just a cylinder, but guess what? That's what we do in game design. We gotta just make it dirty, because what if we decide it's not a cane, like next week? What if it needs to be something else? We don't want to waste our time um, iterating this game and playing it. We really want to play it right away, so let's just use these stand-in assets. Let's start with the materials now. So we want to be able to see that we can see this. So I'm going to go ahead and make a couple new materials. Looks like, I don't know if you have a place for materials. Not sure why not yet. I'm going to go ahead and create a folder called materials. You probably have materials somewhere, but I don't know where they are. I'm going to come into materials, and I'm going to right click and make a material called m underscore cane, and I'm going to double click on it. I'm going to tap the 3 button and then left click anywhere in here, and that's going to create an RGB 3 something something. What is that again? 3? I know, I want to know the name of it. I always forget it. Constant 3 vector, that's what they call it. And I'm going to turn it into like a brownish color, like a cane, right? Something like that, just for fun. Save that. I didn't need to push save. And the other thing I'm going to do is, let's go ahead and apply it. Yeah, cool. The other thing I'm going to do is, this is really quick and dirty, because I know we have a lot to do in such a limited amount of time. I'm going to create another constant 3 vector and drag that into emissive color. I'm going to double click and make this yellow. And I'm going to update that, or save it, see how that looks. Okay, that's decent, but can we actually... I'm not sure the best way to do that. Can we multiply that by a constant vector and set that to like 3? Is that going to do what I want it to do? No. So what I want to do then, I'm going to take RGB, and I thought that would. Why is it not? Oh, did I save it? Okay. I wanted it to glow, and so I'm actually going to click on the RGB for the emissive... Oh, I know why! Ha ha ha. I didn't drag this back into the emissive color. I think that's going to glow. Yeah, that should glow. Just a little bit. Yeah, now it looks like it's glowing. That's cool. Now you might say, well, why would you do that, Hackney? Well, I'm going to do it because it's not always going to glow. What I'm going to do is turn this into a 2 different materials, and this multiply thing, this emissive color, will have a switch that you can turn on and off, and it's going to have a static switch parameter, because you'll see why, because I'm turning this into a parameter, and I'm going to call this emissive switch. And if it's true, it's going to go into the emissive... Oh no, oops. Error. If it's false... Wait, why isn't that working? The current material has compilations. Really? Darn it, I thought I just did this. I'm not sure why it's not doing that. Well, missing... Oh, missing B input. Okay, well, then I am going to tap 1, make a single constant vector, set that to 0. Okay, and now its emissive is absolutely nothing. And so we can come back here, and now it's normal brown. The switch is going to be on or off. If it's on, it's emissive. If it's not, it's not. Okay. I'm going to save that. And the switch defaults to false. Default value is false. Yay. Why am I doing this? I'm going to show you why. I'm going to turn this material, I'm going to right-click it and turn it into a material instance. A material instance is a duplicate of the original. I'm going to call this mKaneGlow. But when you double-click a material instance, you don't get that event graph. You only get the stuff that you can change, such as whether or not it's emissive. Yes, I'm going to change the emissive switch. Yes, it's going to be true. And now it glows. Okay, now why would I do that? Number one, I have two materials. The only reason I used an instance is it's going to keep the game small and fast. It's best to use as many instances as you can if it makes sense. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is go back to my first-person blueprint, and I'm going to come here where it says event tick is looking at Kane. And I'm going to say, if I'm looking at the Kane, I'm going to have another Boolean here. Because I'm going to say, this is an event tick, so I'm going to say, make Kane glow. Yes. A Boolean called is Kane glowing. Alright, good, good, good. And so it's going to start off as false because it's not true. And I'm going to do another branch. Okay, so if that's true, if it's looking at the Kane, yeah, I'm going to say is Kane. No, that's not at all what I want to do. I'm going to do another branch, and I'm going to check for is Kane glowing. If Kane glowing is false, it's going to set is Kane glowing to true. If it's true, it's not going to do anything. Yeah, because I only want to do this once. And I'm going to reach into I'm going to set the material to this. So I'm going to say get all actors. Oh, this is not an actor. Shit. Okay, so the way I'm going to do this is actually take this Kane here, because it's not going to really work otherwise. I'm going to take it and I'm going to right-click and convert it to a blueprint. Let's see how I can do that. Do that in the world itself. How about browse to asset, right-click, and convert to blueprint. Why can't I do that? Asset actions. Create blueprint using this. So that's what I'll do. I'm going to set it into blueprints. I'll call this Kane underscore BP. Okay, and now it's a blueprint, and I think I can click in blueprints and bring this up. Good job. Ooh, no, I'm just going to do that. Just going to leave it there for right now. That's perfectly fine. It has Kane in the object name, so hopefully will that... Yes, that still glows. Oh. And yes, I know there's something wrong in my blueprint. So let me just show you what I did. I can't remember where it was when I paused it. What I did was... Let's see. I'm going to delete that. Delete this. Whoops, Command-Z, go right here. What I did was I said, okay, it is, oh, this is where I don't want it. I just want to make sure I get rid of that. Okay, so I have no errors now. What I did was I said, okay, so if it gets the trace, if it has the cane, it's true. And, oops, this is not true. I think I said this. If it's glowing, I'm just going to delete this branch, and I'm going to say, okay, set is what it's going to do, if it's the cane, it has it in its name, what I'm going to say, if that's true, I am going to drag out the hit component, and I'm going to let go, and I'm going to say set material. And I'm going to set the material to the glowing thing. And I'm going to, let's see, zoom in here. You see it says check the material, which one you want. Well, I'm going to type in cane. I have a cane glow material. And I'm going to compile that. And so now when I play it, yay! But I want it to unglow when I look away from it, just in case people don't quite get it. So the way I'm going to do that is, now that this is a blueprint, it's an actor class. And so what I can do is I can say, well, if it's not looking at something with the word cane in it, let's move this up. This is going to be a falsity. Oops, and I'm going to set is looking at cane to false. Okay. So if it's not looking at it, I'm going to get all actors of class. And I'm going to say, what class do you want to get? The cane blueprint. So it's going to get all of those actors. There's only one. And I'm going to drag a little node out of here. It's going to give me an array, but I'm going to say set material. Why can't I do that? Oh, I'm going to get a loop. That's right. I'm going to say for each loop. Now, there's only one, but it's going to say for each one, it's going to drag an array, drag out the array element here, and I'm going to say set material of the static mesh. It already knows that's one of the things, and it's going to set the material back to cane. Why do I have a couple different cane materials? Uh-oh. I'm in trouble. Compile that and save it. And of course I'm going to say set is looking at cane. Whoops, I need to connect this loop body. So this is the loop body. It's going to do this every time. Now if I had 10 canes in there, it would do that 10 times. And then once it's completed, I want to say set is, what am I setting? Is looking at cane. Is looking at cane to false. Now as long as I don't have this branch here, I'm going to get rid of this branch just so that you can see what happens. It doesn't work. Yep, I had a material in there that was called M_cane, and it actually was a glowing one, so I made a mistake there. So it actually set it to glow right away. Now, let's go, whoops, let's make our viewport bigger. And if I look at that, okay, cane is brown, cane is yellow, cane is brown, yellow, yay. I think my trigger box, or my collision box, is a little bit too big, so I'm going to come back to my cane 2, and for my collisions I'm actually going to reset it to be a I'm going to add 26 DOP there. Well, you know what, collision, I'm going to remove collisions, and then I'm going to add this 26 one. That's going to be a little bit smaller. We'll set this up, play it. There we go. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. In the next video, we'll show you how we actually do this. Like, make it work. Okay.